Martin made clear, the residents of Ferguson have suffered the deprivation of their constitutional rights, the rights guaranteed to all Americans, for decades. They have waited decades for justice. They should not be forced to wait any longer.
Waited decades for justice. And this is 2016, y'all. So all these suck MCs running around talking about racism is dead and we live in a post-racial America. Well, somebody should have told the police department in Ferguson. That is amazing. Their constitutional rights have been squashed for decades. Now, under that climate, no matter how bright or intelligent or naturally talented those children of Ferguson over the last 50 years have been, how far could they really have climbed? How far could you really have climbed if you're living under a system of oppression, y'all? That's what she just said. She used a lot of big fancy words, a lot of that Justice Department speak, but that's what she just said. And 11 months ago, the Justice Department sent a deal to Ferguson, and they just turned their back on it. These are the days and times that we live in. It's wild out there. It really is. Again, taking your text messages. If you are listening to me, you're listening via the Spreaker Network. And this is Nathan Ivey Online. I'm Nathan Ivey with you, broadcasting live from a secret location. Again, all will be revealed. All will be revealed very, very shortly. And I'm glad that we're here in the early days to be together. That's Loretta Lynch. I don't know, man. I remember Loretta Lynch coming to Cincinnati. Do you recall that? She came to Cincinnati. I wasn't at the meeting because I was on the air that morning. I was working. But I talked to a lot of people who were in the meeting. And they said she came in, she talked with the usual folks. That was back when we had the former police officer. Remember that? Back when the mayor and the city manager, that'd be John Cranley and Harry Black, respectively, were playing games. They waited, 2 or 3 weeks? What was it? No more than that. No more than a month. After Loretta Lynch had came to Cincinnati to get rid of him and the all fiasco and the fallout that ensued afterward. Remember that? Never forget it. Has Loretta Lynch been back to Cincinnati? No. Not at all. That is amazing. But these are the days and times that we live in. If you live in Cincinnati, you got a few ways out. Number one, success is the sweetest revenge. If you're mad about racism, if you're mad about what they're doing out here, you can hear ambulances in the background. That's right. I'm in the city of Cincinnati broadcasting live right now. Okay. We're under the same clouds. I'm just in a different location. I'm with you every morning at 7 a.m. If you live in the city of Cincinnati, let me give you some ill advice. If you're a black man living in 2016, let me tell you how you get through all of this. This is how you do it. Number one, you take control over your reproductive abilities. That's number one. Number two, you choose your mate very carefully. Number three, you educate yourself. You have to invest in yourself, empower yourself. Number four, and this might be number one, invest where you live. Become a property owner. Encourage your family members to be property owners. Build wealth together. At some point, the fine folks that want to sell you marijuana legally, they're going to come back. The reason why is because it's an incredible business. And when they come back, make sure, if you hear me in Cincinnati right now, put yourself in a position so that you can get yourself a little marijuana farm. Why not? Why not? Go in with your family members. Go in with your friends, maybe your coworkers. Start yourself a new business. Wealth is what matters. I must say, there's some things I disagree with Dr. Claude Anderson about. I'm not sure if you're hip to that dude, Dr. Claude Anderson. On one level, he and I completely agree. In the new millennium, the number one game is wealth building. It's all about wealth building. That's what it's about. Setting a foundation for yourself and your family. That's what it's about. So you can leave that neighborhood that's overly policed, right? The neighborhood where the heroin dope dealers, they've taken over. It's their neighborhood. You can leave that neighborhood. You can put your children in a better environment. You can pay for their college. You can take a vacation, right? You can make decisions about your own destiny. That's my advice to you this morning, and I hope you would take it. Let's read some text messages here, and we got folks chiming in from all over. A lot of folks saying good morning. Some folks agreeing with me completely about the primary system. David writes, the thing that gets me pissed is that the so-called super delegates can literally override the vote of the other people. That's right. No matter what the delegates say, the super delegates can roll in and say, nah, I'm going to send all of my votes to whoever they believe. I mean, the system is rigged. I mean, it really is on some levels. And then you got to talk about the debates. Tonight there's going to be another debate. And I don't care where you are, this matters to you if you care about politics. Now, if you one of them smart dumb cats and you don't believe in voting, it's hard. I've argued with these people for years. Some people who don't believe in voting are very, very intelligent people, but they've convinced themselves that they don't matter, okay? It's really about self-esteem. There's nothing I can do for those folks, okay? I want to speak to the folks that are not a part of the smart, dumb cat fan club, who understand what's going on out here. It matters, y'all. What else do I have for you? A little politics here. Oh, yeah, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. This is a clip from Fox News. You know, Beyonce is, she's like the devil, right? Beyonce is the devil. And if she's not the devil, she's the devil's concubine because Jay-Z is the devil because he used to sell drugs back in the day. Have you seen this? A Fox News commentator, basically. She goes on Fox News and calls out Beyonce, says, hey, you got bigger problems. Your husband used to be a dope dealer. Like, she really had a point. And I'm thinking the CIA was probably a part, right, on some levels of putting the dope in the neighborhood that Jay-Z used to sell. So who's the real dope dealer? You got the Kennedy family. They made their money off of bootlegging and, chilling with Nazis. We know it. Let's keep it real. It's out there. Nobody's talking about that. You got big pharmaceutical companies out there selling people drugs they don't even need. Did you know that? You got the pharmaceutical company is in the business of convincing people who are completely healthy that you're not. And so now you got to take a drug. That's what they do now. If you're a big pharmaceutical company and you've basically extracted as much money as you can from the world in terms of when human beings get sick, what's the next frontier? Convincing healthy human beings that they're sick, so now you got to take a drug. But I'm supposed to be upset at Jay-Z. This is ridiculous. But this is the clip I want you to hear. This is a conversation between a Fox News commentator and America's sheriff. This is my favorite black contributor on Fox News. And he just goes in on Beyonce. I find it entertaining. Tell me what you think. Check this out.
They put out a new music video called Formation, and it has been interpreted to be pro Black Lives Matter and potentially looking at issues inside New Orleans as well. There are some sheriffs that reacted poorly to that. They didn't like it. They turned their backs to Beyonce during the halftime show. What was your thought on the matter?
Well, I try not to overreact to these things, and I don't want to give this thing any more play than it's already getting. Look, musicians have long used their music, their trade, to make political statements in their music. We may not like it, but I don't want to make a huge deal about it. Them coming out, Beyonce, in those Black Panther-type uniforms, would that be acceptable if a white band came out in hoods and white sheets in the same sort of fashion? We would be appalled and outraged. The Black Panthers are a subversive hate group in America. I think she could have done a better job, but I think Bruno Mars was a better halftime act anyway. I could have watched him for the entire act.
All right, Sheriff.
Is there a bigger self-loathing black man in America than Sheriff Clark from Milwaukee? He's America's sheriff. And his whole purpose on Fox News is to be the black face and get some of the black folks, whether it be Obama, whether it be Black Lives Matter, whether it be Beyonce, or whomever, whether it be Quentin Tarantino or Spike Lee. That's his job. And he makes Fox News viewers, and again, I watch Fox News. They do great work. I'll keep it real with you. I watch it. It's entertaining. And they know the power of legs. They understand it. But he serves that purpose and that purpose only. What you talk about, is there a bigger false equivalent out there right now about anybody other than Beyonce claiming and somehow the Black Panther Party is in any way similar to the KKK? I mean, what are they teaching people in school these days? Let me refresh you memory out there for folks who may need it. Not everybody needs this, but the KKK used to kill people. murder, rape, maim, women, men, children, family members. That's mom. That's dad. That's sister. That's brother, right? That's what the KKK used to do. The Black Panther Party movement started free lunch programs, after school programs. That's what they did. I mean, how is it that the Black Panther Party has been instrumental in preserving the Second Amendment? That's your gun rights. That's the Black Panther Party many years ago. But yet nobody gives them credit for it. That is ridiculous. Anybody that makes that point is a suck MC to me and should be disregarded. What if a white group came out there with KKK? Then we need to, then I'm going to call them racist. That's number one. I'll never purchase anything that ever produce. And I would boycott them. That's what we would do if a white group goes out there dressed like the KKK. And there's a real miseducation going on down here. Yeah, Sheriff Clark, he is black, John. There's a real miseducation going on out here about the Black Panther Party. And you got some of these good old boys, some of these militia members, they just loathe the Black Panther Party, and they have no idea the history between the Black Panther Party and their Second Amendment rights. They have no idea. They have no idea. You tell me, how many people did the Black Panther Party kill? Somebody text me that quick, because I'd like to know. You can Google some photographs of what appears to be Klan rallies, KKK members. You're going to see a lot of white faces, let's keep it real, and black bodies dangling from branches. You show me a picture like that with the Black Panther Party. I haven't seen it. I challenge anyone listening right now. I have not seen it. So let's stop the false equivalency. The Black Panther Party is nothing like the Ku Klux Klan, ever. They did not start. They were not inspired with the same emotion. The Klan was inspired out of fear. The Black Panther Party was inspired out of love, right? That's what that was. You know, that's the reason why the Black Panther Party created after-school programs. And the KKK created bonfires and lynchings. There is a difference. People need to wake up and grow up. Yeah, he is. Darnell writes, Clark is Fox News go-to guy. He absolutely is. Scott writes, 1981, Michael Donald, young black man, lynched in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, that's what the K is all about. They are a hate group. I've never looked at the Black Panther Party like that, although some people try to make them out that way.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming.
Yeah, I certainly don't. I have no idea what this world is coming to. When you can get a black man, obviously this guy needs to, somebody send this guy a book. His name is Sheriff Clark. He's a Milwaukee County Sheriff. Tracy says she's waiting on my Stacey Dash comment. I don't have one. Stacey Dash, believe me, I've got a few, but I'll get to that another day, not necessarily today. I mean, somebody send Sheriff Clark a biography or a book, or send him a Wikipedia link. Somebody. I'm not going to do it. I used to do that kind of stuff. I would go on Twitter and try to educate people. Educate yourself. You're a grown-ass man. If you don't know the truth about the Black Panther Party, and you know, how ridiculous is it? How ridiculous is it to get on Fox News and say something like that, and you're a black man? It's absolutely ridiculous. And all the folks hating on Beyonce, please stop. But perhaps the craziest thing that I've read in the last 24 hours, my friends, is the fact that here in Ohio, and I want to spend some time talking about this, here in Ohio, a travesty has happened. It's an insult upon an injury. And that is the fact that the family of Tamir Rice, they received a $500 bill for the ambulance ride that was given to Tamir Rice after he was fatally shot by a police officer who thought that Tamir Rice was a threat. He thought he had a gun. It's a terrible situation. It really is. And not only has the officer been exonerated, but the mother now is still awaiting to try to get some type of justice, and she gets a bill. Can you imagine that? And it really makes you wonder,